Hey, thanks for pushing play and watching this session of Team Leader Training. Let me add how thankful I am that you agreed to be a part of leading our church to reach unconnected people and together grow to full devotion. God is using you and your fellow leaders to have a huge impact in our community and world. Well, Steve got us started by reminding us of the vital role you play in helping the people you coach accomplish not only their team mission, but in helping them personally take next spiritual steps. He also said that you might have a lot of questions about specific ways that we believe you can best accomplish that, and asked that you watch all these videos before you got frustrated with the questions. I hope today to answer some of the questions for you and give you another tool in your team leading toolbox. So if you haven't already printed out a copy of the viewing guide for the sessions, go ahead, push pause, and do that. Then don't leave me on pause. Come back and let's go together through this material. I want to talk to you today about the essentials of your weekly 15-minute coaching call. Now let me say up front that each week the content of the call will be a little bit different. There will be a 4-week rotation of the types of call. Week 1 will be a call about the spiritual next steps. Week 2 will deal with training. Week 3 will be a pastoral care call. And then finally, Week 4 will be when you talk to your leaders about their group's mission. Now, just hearing those phrases, next step, training, pastoral care, and group mission, that probably doesn't help you a lot at this point, but that's what the next 4 sessions will do. They'll flesh out for you exactly what those calls should be like. What I want to talk to you about today are the essentials that need to be a part of each of those calls, even though the subject matter is different each week. First, our goal as coaches is to make our 15-minute call one of the best 15 minutes of your leader's week. Every one of your leaders has more than enough to do in their lives. They have kids to drive places, they have jobs to go to, they have homes to take care of, meals to cook, and the list could go on and on. If your call becomes just one more obligation, just one more thing that they have to get done, then both you and them will come to dread the call. But if you have as your personal mission to be a nonstop encourager for your leaders, if you regularly tell them how much you appreciate them for taking the time to help a group of people accomplish their God-honoring mission, if you remind them of how eternity is different because of what they're doing, then the whole call takes a different tone. As I said a moment ago, all of us have plenty of responsibilities, but I don't know anyone who has enough encouragement. That includes your leader. At the top of the agenda for every call is, I will encourage the leaders I'm coaching. Now, on a practical note, an important part of being a true encourager that doesn't just spout off platitudes that no one really believes is that you know about your leader's life. I would encourage you on your very first call to ask about their family and their job. I've been coaching senior pastors for the last 5 years or so, and I make this encouragement piece a part of every call. The first time I talk to a pastor, I open a new document on my computer and put their name at the top. I begin by asking them to tell me about their family, and while they're talking, I take notes as I listen. I ask about their hobbies and their work, and I take notes. It gives me a chance at the beginning of every call to find out not just about the mission that we're doing together, but how they're doing personally, and then to encourage them in what actually is happening in their life. I would urge you to take notes on your leaders to know about them and their family, and then as you remind them of what they're doing and how it matters, you can encourage them not only in how it's happening in their group life, but in their life. Over the last 5 years of coaching, when a coaching period is ended, the consistent thing that pastors I've coached have said that they'll miss most is just the time we spent together because I was so encouraging. Who would have guessed that that would have mattered the most to them? That happens because all of us have enough people wanting something from us, but none of us have too many people standing in our corner encouraging us, and when we find one, they're like gold to us. Be the encourager for your leaders. Let me tell you the second essential thing. That is, have a set time for your coaching call. It's very tempting to leave this open and try to catch each other when you can. My experience has been, because of the speed of our lives, that if there's not a definite day and time, then you'll not be able to make the call very often. In your very first meeting, ask your leader, what would be a great time that I should call you each week? I promise it will never go longer than 15 minutes, even if you beg me. I know there'll be times when both of you can't make your appointment, but don't err on the side of not setting an appointment. This is an essential in getting the team leading mission done correctly. Well, that's the end of this training session. Thanks for taking the time to watch and for agreeing to do this important job.